What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today, I just want to tell you guys why I don't take pre-workout. Really not a whole lot to say other than that. Just why I don't take pre-workout. I just want to explain it to you guys because I know there's like a pre-workout craze going on right now. Everybody and their mom and pop has a pre-workout, and I'm going to tell you why I think they're all trash. Ooh. All right. Little backdrop here, maybe. Little flag there. So, I'm gonna sit down today because I've been standing a lot and I'm fat, so I get out of breath, you know. You guys know how it is. Stairs, they kill me. First of all, like I said, everybody has a pre-workout. That's kind of annoying. The second thing is, what I noticed, along with a buddy that I first started out with noticed, was like, okay, back in the day, and I don't mean way back in the 1900s, but 7-8 years ago when I started, my mentor at the time, he was kind of like, there's only like 3 real ingredients to a pre-workout that really gives you that boost, right? It's caffeine, L-citrulline, hopefully I'm saying that right, and beta-alanine. Same thing, don't know if I'm saying it right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys are educated, you're smart. So, 3 ingredients, right? $50, you know what I mean? Unless you're looking at the clearance rack on GNC, which is what we used to do. But he kind of realized like, all right, if I play with these ingredients, I can make my own pre-workout. Later on, he did. But let me tell you, so Jacked 3D, I'm sure some of you guys have tried it, the OGs, when it was like crack cocaine, that was great. But what happens is this, and I learned this in a nutritional class. I don't remember all the details because it's been so long, but basically like, a nutrition label on the back of things. It will be like, it's a nutrition label, a supplement, a vitamin, things like that. You can't claim certain things if it's not a certain label. So the label on pre-workouts, which I don't have pre-workout here, so I can't even tell you if it's labeled as a supplement or nutrition, whatever. But that label, I know it's that label. Basically they follow the rules until they get caught. And what that means is there's so many pre-workouts, there's so many supplements out there that the FDA can't regulate it. So what happens is they call her good until someone gets in trouble. So Jack 3D used to be awesome, right? Someone gets a heart attack, bam, they say, hey, you can't do that. It causes someone to look at it. No one really looks at it unless the product is popular. What makes the product popular? That it actually works. So once these products get popular and they actually work, they get shut down, they change the recipe, and then thus they're weaker, they're watered down. Multiply that by 8 years, and here we are. We have pre-workouts that now they have BCAAs, and they have, what else do they add in there? Creatine. They add creatine. Why do I need creatine in my pre-workout? You could buy a creatine, like a creatine monohydrate. Okay, before they started coming out with all this complicated stuff, creatine monohydrate was $10 for a jug like this big. Okay, a cylinder from Vitamin World, $10. That would last me all month, okay? And I used to do 5 grams a day. I don't even know if that's a lot. I don't use creatine. So that's another thing. This is a different day. But my point is, when you guys can buy the ingredient and you know what it does, buy the ingredient. Because it's a waste of money otherwise. It's kind of like proteins. They come out with protein monohydrate whey. This one's churned 3 times, and like, does it make a difference? I think it's all BS, honestly. Like, I found a protein that works for me, and they keep filtering it down and mixing it with sand and filtering that out with water, whatever the process, some wizardry that they do, and I don't buy it anymore. You know, I stick with the basic stuff. Whey isolate, that's it. That's as far as I go. Like I said, I could get way off into the weeds here, but to stick on pre-workouts, mainly what I'm saying is over the time they've been filtered and watered down, and so now they add new ingredients in because there's a huge craze about creatine. It's like a new thing that people, I don't know, it's been around forever, and there's 60 different creatines. Creatine monohydrate, I'll say it again, that's the only one you want. That's the one. That's the main ingredient. That's pure creatine, none of this other BS. And then BCAAs. Why do I want BCAAs before my workout? Now I know someone in the comments, you could probably flame me. That's cool. But I don't want BCAAs before my workout. If I want them, I'm gonna buy them separately and I'm gonna put them in my intra workout shake, which I do. That with salt, right? So I don't need that, you know what I mean? And we kind of realized this years ago. But up until recently, I have been taking pre-workouts. And so the main reason I don't take pre-workouts is I don't like to rely on things. You forget your pre-workout. I'm sure you guys have all done it. And then it's like, oh man, what am I going to do? I can't lift. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, I can't lift today, man. I forgot the pre-workout. And then you don't work out. And I used to be like that too. And it sucks. And you could, so my alternative is coffee. Why? Because the main ingredient in Jekyll and Hyde and all those, check it out. The main ingredient is caffeine. So I can get a freaking ton of coffee from Walmart for 10 bucks. What do I need, $50 tub of, pre-workout? You don't. You really don't. And the switch was hard for me to make at first, but now it's cheaper, it's easier. If I forget it, it's not as detrimental. But you could make the argument that like, hey, Mike, you can forget to have coffee. And I'm like, yeah, I've done that. But if you really do want like L-citrulline and beta-alanine, those are the two main OG ingredients. You can buy those for very, very cheap from Vitamin World or Vitamin Shop, any of those. And they're gonna give you the kick, they're gonna give you the pump, you know what I mean? So if you're like, well, that's a great idea for caffeine. Dude, we don't care what things taste like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's cool if a pre-workout tastes like candy or Sour Heads or whatever they're coming out with. But if you could drink coffee black, add these two ingredients in, you got your own pre-workout, dude. It's gonna be cheaper, and I'm telling you, it's gonna work. It's gonna work the same. And the best part is, if you're like, I want a nasty pump today, 2 scoops. Nobody can tell you not to, you know what I mean? And you don't really know, I get kind of sketched out when you start looking at these labels and you can't read, you can't read the ingredients. I know people say that, like hippies and stuff, but like seriously, if you can't even pronounce the ingredient, should I be putting that in my body? So for me, it started out as a cost thing, and then like I didn't want to rely on it. And like I said, you could make the same case for coffee, which is what I have now. But to prove a point, I cycle on and off of everything that I use, which is not a whole lot. But like coffee, like right now I'm doing a cleanse. So this week, no coffee at all. Now, leading up to this point, I had taken my caffeine drinks out one at a time slowly, and I recommend you guys do that too because it prevents headaches. You still get a little bit of a headache because caffeine is like a drug by definition, but it's a lot easier to deal with than if you try to go cold turkey. If you try to go cold turkey like I did for basic training, that sucks. So I would recommend weaning off of it. Some people say they do like 1 scoop coffee and 1 scoop decaf just because you get the taste and the same volume, but then you don't have to deal with like the repercussions, and you might be able to placebo effect yourself. Which, in closing, real fast, are we taking pre-workout because it works, or are we taking it because everybody tells you it works, and so you tell yourself it works, and so it works? I don't know, guys. You decide. That's just me. That's why I do what I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. Please smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. That helps my channel get promoted so much. Also, leaving a comment helps. But if you guys have a question, seriously, drop it in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this content so you don't miss any of my new upcoming content, and hit that notifications bell. Until next time, guys, see you later.